Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the backstory. If you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Now ladies and gentlemen, protests erupted in Kirinyaga County after supporters of Governor Waiguru took to the streets to protest the remarks made by Rigathi Gachagua yesterday at a function in a church within that county. These demonstrations happened in Mwea and Kirinyaga town, whereby women leaders led a group of women to protest the remarks which were made yesterday by Rigathi Gachagua.
Kirinyaga! 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 Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Allow me to address yesterday's issue. Kuna wageni wamekuja hapa na watukana mama yetu. I would like to tell you that Kirinyaga has no culture to insults. Kirinyaga tote rubanaga. Na kone maiwa our governor akarumana. Musitulete tabia mbaya. Na kama umechoka kutukanana na wanaume wenzako, utuambie tukushonee dera, tukupatie na tandio, utukanane na wanawake. Na ukianza vita ya wanawake, ukituletea vya kutwika tutakutolea na kushuka. Watu wa Kirinyaga, sisi hatukuwa wajinga tukipatia gavana tamu 2 na ni katiba tu inatukataza kura tungempatia ya 3. Nataka niambie opposition, there is nothing good and enjoyable in this country today like democracy. And stop assuming that everybody in Mount Kenya is in DCP. Sio watu wako DCP, mimi siko DCP, mimi wako Kenya. And our country allows us to have multi-party democracy. Kama wewe ulipigwa bafu chafu ulipoingia kwa hiyo nyumba yenu, si ni kweli? Alipigwa bafu chafu na karibu achome kwao. Sasa sisi tukaona mama yetu amekaa kusema wacha tukue na sisi na kanyumba yetu kama watu wa Kirinyaga. Alafu sasa unakuja kutuambia mama yenu anataka nyumba nyingine, yeye ni mjinga. Renda wako era terere mondo wito. Kayo ko hera boda gatemagao. Kayo ko hera boda gatemagao. Wewe renda wote bana kayo gakubwa na mlango. Nyinyi mnataka kesho mheshimiwe na wananchi kama viongozi wetu. Kwa hivyo mtuoneshe kuheshimu viongozi wale ambao tumewaweka, kwa sababu sio Waiguru alijiweka hapo. Sisi kumuita mjinga unatuita sisi wajinga. Sisi wajinga. Kisi kwingine ukija hapa ujue sisi wajinga, na kama unataka tukuone wewe ni mwerevu, uanze waheshimu viongozi wetu ndio na sisi kesho tufanye kiongozi wetu. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
You remember Moses Kuria's tweet whereby he had called Rigathi Gachagua as the kingpin of Mount Kenya, and he had said that he was willing to join Rigathi Gachagua unless he respected women leaders. So all this, if you look at it, it's like something that is being cooked so as to paint Rigathi Gachagua in bad pictures and to wrestle power of the Mount Kenya kingpinship from him. But before we get into the details of all this, I want us to listen to what Rigathi said yesterday. Then we'll come back and analyze all this.
Leaders across the country. But if they are used to sponsor violence against the people of Kenya, we shall deal with them the way we deal with men. Because once you engage in criminal activities, a criminal is a criminal. A man or woman, it does not matter. So if our women leaders want to be spared and to be treated softly, they must keep off criminal acts. Atiguo muragwa jiraga kana kage kuja godi kagutha gota mundu mugima. Si ndio? So our women leaders, those of you who are betraying our community, will deal with you as traitors. And there is no distinction between men and women. A traitor is a traitor. And RUTO does not mean well for us. So if he is using you, because you are a woman leader and you think we shall spare you. We will not. Because there is immense danger for our community. Sisi tunaheshimu viongozi wote na tunaheshimu sana viongozi wa kina mama. And we have great women leaders. Martha Karua, a distinguished woman leader. Jane Kihara is here. Kasheri is here. But these are good women leaders who are doing the right thing for the country. Lakini kama wewe naenda kupanga goons, atituambiwa atituachana na wewe kwa sababu ni mama. Na hao goons hawana huruma na mtu. They were even fighting women, those goons. Wamepangwa na mama mwanamke. Wanapiga wanawake wenzake. And then tunaambiwa ati we spare them. Ati to be soft.
That is Rigathi Gachagua yesterday talking about women leadership, whereby he said that Anne Waiguru is, and other political leaders, most of women leaders from the larger Mount Kenya region, are being used by President William Ruto so as to divide that region as they head into 2027. Because according to Rigathi Gachagua, they would bargain nationally if they come onto the table when they are united, which is true. But you know, as it is right now, there is that fight for the kingship of the Mount Kenya region. And all these other political leaders, the likes of Anne Waiguru, the likes of Moses Kuria, and other big shots from the Mount Kenya region, are all jostling for space so that at least they can emerge victorious. But even though there are stories that are emerging that Anne Waiguru is going to form a political party because she's not comfortable with the Rigathi Gachagua DCP party. And that is something that Rigathi Gachagua also alluded to, and he was saying that Anne Waiguru is being sponsored by President William Ruto to form that party so that one, she can divide the votes from Mount Kenya region. And how are they going to divide these votes? Even though nationally or at the presidential level, some of these majority of Mount Kenya voters might not vote for William Ruto. But the divide comes when it comes to seats in the parliamentary, MCA and governorship. Because at the end of it, as I had said, after 2027 general election, people will have to come back and look at the numbers that each political party has, so that when it goes to the bargaining table or the negotiating table, they'll be able to present the numbers. But when you are divided into smaller groups, it becomes very difficult for a region to bargain as a unit. So this is what Rigathi Gachagua was talking about yesterday. But you know, all these other political leaders are not comfortable working under Rigathi Gachagua's DCP, and that is why the likes of Anne Waiguru are trying to flex their muscles by forming their own political party, because I hear she wants to vie for the senatorship of Kirinyaga County after serving her second term as a governor. One thing that I was also going to forget is that, you know, it's very easy for someone to lose votes when you attack women leadership. If you look at how former Kiambu Governor Kabogo lost his re-election as a governor for Kiambu, there was a message that circulated about him talking negatively about the women of Kiambu County. And it was somehow derogative. And this appealed to the women folk and the men as well, in a way that they could not listen to Kabogo in any way. And he lost easily to his opponent. The same might be played against Rigathi Gachagua or any other political leader who is coming into the scene as we head into 2027 general election. Because once you make any derogative message against women leaders, it becomes very easy to manipulate this, and it becomes very easy for it to appeal to the masses. And this might sway the masses away from voting in a certain way. And then there is also the optics about the politics, because once Rigathi Gachagua talked about this yesterday, And if it had not been challenged by the likes of Anne Waiguru and her supporters, then this would have created an impression that Rigathi Gachagua has a sway. So whatever is happening right now is to show that he doesn't have the total support of Mount Kenya region. So it's like tension is being created and divide is also being created. So at the end of it, whoever came up with the whole idea is gaining, in a way that there is that divide, the political divide, that is already being created in the entire Mount Kenya region. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us this evening, but we'll keep monitoring what is happening in the political scene in the larger Mount Kenya region. But if you're new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified whenever we post a new video. Until next time, bye-bye.